Hi Scorpio, I hope that everybody's doing well. Before we get into it, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. Ooh, the Ace of Cups. Who is this? This looks promising. Okay, so I'm seeing the Ace of Cups and I'm seeing strength. Strength can represent Leo energy. We all have Leo energy somewhere in our charts. So this can also always be a reflection of something going on between you and yourself, just as much as it can be you and someone outside of yourself. It feels almost like you're opening yourself up to, like, infusing as much love as possible into a situation, maybe something that you've been doing. For those of you that are working on something creative, this feels kind of like maybe even a branching out or a sharing energy, and doing so with the utmost respect and love for what it is that you're doing. It feels too like you may be, I think I said this before, branching out. I'm kind of getting that. Like you may be connecting with something or someone, and you may even be connecting over common interests even. It's like something that really touches you, something that means a lot to you. And kind of finding this strength within something that is important, something that's significant to you. For some of you, this is about possibly even a past life soulmate or a past life connection that you had with someone. Soulmate does not mean it has to be something romantic. It can be somebody that like really resonates with you. I'm hearing something about somebody's journey here. It's like you really identify or resonate with somebody's journey, somebody that you're getting connected with. For some of you, this is even some type of business partnership. Something having to do with like your finances, work, a project that you're working on with the King of Pentacles and Strength here. Could very well be a Leo that you're connecting with, or somebody with prominent Leo placements. Yeah, I'm seeing double Leo here. This is a lot of Leo energy with both the Sun and the Strength here. For some of you, this can be somebody that like even runs their own business potentially. It's like somebody you plan to collaborate or work with, somebody that you definitely again have common interests with. I'm seeing this equally potentially be a loving situation. So it's like just as much as this can be like romantic and loving and exploring things in that way, this can also very much be a project with the King of Pentacles here. It's like something you're doing for work, something you're doing for money, and it's like you guys commonly express yourselves in similar ways. It's like you may be even have gifts that kind of align with one another, and maybe also you want to be expressing that. Like I'm definitely seeing a sense of things coming. It's like you and this person can meet at a particular point when it comes to the ways that you want to be expressing yourself. For some of you, you really found like you really feel like you found a person that you resonate with. For some of you, this is someone that you're going to be friends with. For some of you, you could even be reconnecting with somebody that maybe you had lost touch with. Again, with the Six of Cups here, it's like this can be somebody from your past that you're getting connected with all of the Leo energy, or it can even be like a past life friendship, soulmate, whatever it is that you want to call it. And there's a sense of connecting with this person through a sort of mutual like love and even admiration here. You may be feeling a little bit conflicted about this. It kind of seems like I'm hearing momentarily in the beginning, you may have seen things be like very golden and beautiful, and now there's a sense of like maybe even feeling somewhat suspicious, but I don't know if it's directly because of this person or this is something that's being projected onto the situation. Because you may feel like people have let you down in the past and this is causing some sort of inner conflict. I am seeing it be related to the past. It's definitely something psychological with the moon. I'm hearing on the bottom of the belt. Not sure what that means. We're channeling here for anybody new. So sometimes messages come across that may not make linear sense, but they do as they unfold. Okay, so I'm seeing you getting connected, even reconnected with someone here, and there's definitely some type of worry that you're experiencing with the Seven of Swords. It's like this air of suspicion, even that you're feeling something you feel conflicted about. You planning things out as methodically as possible is what is going to be most beneficial here to you in this situation. You're gonna find out why exactly this is happening, though. Okay. I'm seeing kind of a parallel storyline popping out here. So there's someone that you absolutely have love for that is trying to reconnect with you, but I'm seeing there be a sense of you not taking the offer to reconnect with this person and having the strength to show up for yourself in the way that is needed, because there's a sense of feeling like this person doesn't show up for you in the way that you would for them, and or you feel like being around them creates a type of environment that you don't feel like is healthy for you. It feels like you know that if you were to reconnect with this person, and whether this is a friend or a past lover or something like that, whoever this person is or whom these people are for you, it seems like you recognize that this would be sabotaging something when it comes to you and how you recognize you want to be treated. And you may be in your head too, because you're like, well, in the past we like did not see eye to eye, and that's also bringing up feelings that I'm experiencing right now. This can even be like a company that wants you back for some of you, or somebody that wants to work with you that you worked with in the past. Yeah, I'm seeing like this whole deliberation when it comes to like what is going to allow you to feel empowered in this situation. It really feels like you know how you want to be treated and you know how you want to be valued, and you don't feel like that's present within the connection with this person, even if it has been some time since you've connected with them. Because I'm seeing you, Scorpio, I'm seeing you've been doing really well for yourself. I'm seeing like such an empowered energy, and especially like even on the financial or the home front for you, you've really been getting a lot done, taking care of things. You feel quite independent as well. Like definitely in your divine feminine energy here, and I'm absolutely seeing a mix and a balance with the masculine energy too. So it seems like you're currently finding yourself in a place where you want to be, and so this kind of feels like something that's coming up that may throw you off track a little bit by this person coming back around. Feel in your head about what you want to do. It feels like kind of like you're being asked or guided right now to make a decision, but you may feel hesitant to do this. It's like you don't really know which way to turn even. maybe even when it comes to what is going to bring you a sense of joy that you want to be experiencing, or even how you want to be expressing yourself. But what I'm seeing with the Sun card here is that you staying as true to yourself as possible in this situation and expressing yourself as authentically as you like are capable of mustering at this point of time, that is what's going to help you. So it's like you just being yourself in this situation is exactly what the situation calls for from you at this point in time. So it feels like there doesn't need to be some like master plan or you figuring out whatever. It's just about you finding what you need by being yourself, like again, as authentically as possible, and shedding that light, and especially not dimming it for anybody around you too. You know, I was having a thought too when I was meditating on the energy. Scorpio, sometimes we find ourselves in situations where there can be people around us that may feel insecure and maybe project that onto us. And sometimes when we're around them, in order to like assuage this feeling that they're having, we feel like we need to dim our lights. And this feels very much like a situation where you are meant to be shining as grandly and loudly as possible, not from an ego space, but from an authentic place. It's like, why are you going to dim your light because someone around you isn't doing the work that they need to be doing? You know what I mean? So this is about you like not changing for anything, because like you should be proud of the stuff that you've been working on. I'm seeing important stuff that you've been doing for yourself when it comes to your empowerment and what you're building and like the position that you're finding yourself in, and how that brings a sense of joy to you. Like I'm seeing a very hardworking energy here for sure. And the Leo that I'm seeing too, this can be the Leo in your chart that's coming through specifically right now. And Leo is our creative energy. It's like our performing energy, how we want to shine, how we want to express ourselves, our creative endeavors, our style, our attitude. And not allowing your environment to be dimming that. I am seeing, again, double Leo. I'm looking at Leo, I'm looking at the Sun, and I'm also looking at Venus here. So what is your intuition saying? This feels like too, if you've been working on something when it comes to your personal expression, it's like a creative venture that you've been working on, or just something within you that you're doing where you feel like you're expressing yourself in a way that's true to you. It seems like that is what is going to allow you to continue building towards what you're building right now. I'm seeing a bump up energy. It feels like you're going to be taking control of something, whether this be a relationship or even a project. I'm seeing you very much get in the driver's seat here, and doing so intuitively and creatively as well. Because we're seeing both cups and fire here, and fire is like the passion that you put into what you're working on, and also being very analytical with how you're expressing this too. This feels like you're stepping up and becoming a leader, and from a place where things just feel right to you and they're clicking for you. It's like intuitively knowing when you need to stand and when you need to sit down and when you need to change the direction you're going in. And also being very mindful and conscious with the ways that you're communicating and speaking out, and also what information you are listening to, and also what information you're giving out as well. With the Queen of Swords here, this is about being very, very particular and careful with how you're expressing yourself, and looking at everything with a scrutinizing eye as well, so as to be aware of everything that's going on for you. For some of you, you could even be working on the ways that you I'm hearing generate consciousness. I'm seeing this be related to forms of communication here. For some of you too, there's a sense of wanting to be like more outgoing or taking action more when it comes to how you're setting boundaries with people that you're close with. I'm seeing with the lovers here. The lovers represent Gemini. But this can be your romantic relationships, but this can also be people that you're close with too. It doesn't have to be romantic. And working on leading via your intuition too, because I'm definitely seeing a heavy presence, like a very powerful energy, one that is respected. And it's also about wanting to make sure that you're doing things in a way that feels right to you by like really listening to your internal navigation. And I'm like actually seeing a compass here and thinking about how you want to express that, what conversations you want to be involved in. It feels like too you're working on understanding something more clearly, and this can have to do with like spirituality or any type of art, psychology, things with poetry, things with mental health too, health in general, wellness with the Hanged Man. Seems like you're working through understanding something about an ending as well with the Ten of Swords, and something that you may have needed to do. It's like whether this is you that ended a dynamic with someone or someone ended it with you, it seems less so about that and more so about understanding the big picture and why this was necessary for you and your growth specifically, and what this means for your journey now. Because you may have been disappointed in a way where it's like you may have not necessarily wanted something to end, but it did nonetheless. And I think we're trying to like understand what the meaning of this was. You could have also thought that somebody would be around longer, and that's not what ended up happening as well. It's like you really got along with this person, you had great chemistry with them, but something was going on within the dynamic that was not like sufficient for this relationship to continue. And it seems like you may have even needed to put your foot down too. It feels as well like you're trying to get more into the flow of how things are unfolding. So it's like rather than resisting it, being like, okay, karmically this was meant to happen, and I'm working on like really paying attention to where the universe is shifting me right now. So it's like rather than going with your agenda that's out of alignment, this is about you adjusting your agenda to what is in alignment and what's actually going on. And it feels like this is something that you've constantly been working on as well, so you can be moving with the flow rather than against it. It feels as well like you are being called upon to step up in a way, but it may be different than you initially perceive it to be. It's like you are being asked right now, Scorpio, to be the leader in some capacity, but it may look a little bit different than you think it's going to be. And with the Hanged Man right next to the Hierophant here, this speaks about bringing a sense of psychology and spirituality into the mix of what you're doing, and also a sense of doing things in a way that feels right to you, like even morally, or what's in alignment with your personal values, especially in alignment with what you believe to be karma and the karmic cycles too, with destiny, with fate, with the unraveling of time and space in the universe. I'm hearing, I feel like we're getting quite existential with this. It feels like something too that you may have had a more difficult time letting go of. Once you process through this, you're going to recognize that something better is coming through for you. It's like, I'm definitely seeing this ending feel like a letdown, feel disappointing, feel uncomfortable. You may even feel like uneasy about this still, because it kind of feels like something has been energetically lingering, maybe because of the emotional impact that this experience had on you. But you're recognizing that it's necessary for your progress and ultimately for your fulfillment, and that this is actually bringing you closer to what you want. It feels too like you're bearing in mind that there are going to be situations that come up that feel stressful at times, and this is also something that you can still work through. It's like you're not going to be handed anything that's too heavy for you to be carrying, and this is also the recognition as well. Recognizing your power, recognizing the power of your voice specifically, how you're calling things out, how you're having conversations, what the topic of conversation is, and doing so in a graceful way, doing so in a practiced way, doing so with the type of energy behind it that you want to be embracing and embodying. In this spread, I'm looking at Gemini, Neptune, Jupiter, and Taurus. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.